You wouldn't think this would be a first film from anyone.
It's not awkward at all.
Not even, there's no self-consciousness even. It's just very, very, very centered, knowing what it wants to do, and then delivers.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Good day, sir!
Right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
You can't handle the truth!
I am your father.
I'll have what she's having.
Yeah!
Yeah, okay, so I might as well. Hey, what's up, dude? Welcome to Film School. That way, we're getting used to these.
Yeah,
Where are we?
sometimes I'm a little close.
That was very loud. We're getting used to
You're gonna have to forgive me for these first few.
A little bit of a new setup.
You know, it's a toy.
I know. We'll get used to it though.
Yeah.
It as long as we got it.
Yeah.
I do want to do the do.
Now's the place to say it.
Come on, man. Yeah.
What is it ever clever is my treasure.
Interviews.
Oh, interviewing filmmakers and stuff.
Filmmakers, writers, maybe even like film. I was thinking like film historians. Like they probably want to talk to us.
Maybe film.
Who's talking to film historians?
Like I would say, maybe film historians sounds interesting.
They're out there like, please. I've got a wealth of knowledge.
Come on. I mean, yeah, maybe film historians. I don't know.
But yeah, I do want to find a way to incorporate that into the show because that is part of the filmmaking storytelling
Right.
education that we're missing out on right now. You know?
Yeah, I could see what you're saying.
It just seems like an opportunity to get insights that you can't get. I love sitting down and watching the movies.
Right.
And breaking them down and doing our own emotional and intellectual reactions to them.
Sure.
And then I love doing the research where, you know, we look stuff up and, you know, what's some quick research that we can do on this. But in terms of deep dives and deep context, film historians can provide that in terms of deep dives and actually answering the questions that we have about how something's made. That's something only the filmmaker can make. You know, there's a wealth out there of expertise that it seems wise to tap into if we can.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Not
too.
that I have any plans of how to execute that yet.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But it's on the podcast now, so
I see what you're saying.
we got to do it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I would love to watch a movie from someone like a Miyazaki, and then speak to someone like a Miyazaki. That's who I would want to talk to.
Yeah.
You know, that's when I think of it, I think of that. I think of going.
Well, and I think when agreed,
You know.
and when I think of film historians, I'm thinking of people that the filmmakers that are no longer with us.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
David Lynch can't sit down and tell us about his movies. You know, but somebody that worked with him for a long time.
Exactly.
Or just someone that's really studied his films and read everything that he's written and watched all the interviews. And there's still stuff to learn, even if it's not from the person themselves.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, like sitting down with a Miyazaki would be great. I mean, obviously, but you know, that would have been wonderful.
It would be the tits.
That would be absolutely wonderful. Yeah, so that's where my mind goes, sitting down with those types of filmmakers or
agreed.
historians or things like that. Those people sitting down with someone like that, even if it's just one interview, just to sit down and chat with, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, cool.
And that stuff.
We'll find a way to do that.
That feels good.
I guess we're making a promise here.
We're Hail Marying it out to the universe going.
We're making a promise.
Whoever's working with Miyazaki, just call us up.
Josh, welcome to Film School. We are, first episode
Yep.
of a brand new project.
Sure.
I mean,
Is it new?
that's what I hear.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
This isn't Hitchcock? Yeah, it's a brand
Man, we did Hitchcock long enough.
Hitchcock was done for how long? 2 years?
Almost. It was like a year and a half.
Hitchcock felt like a
53
long.
movies.
It felt like as long as the AFI list for some reason. It felt
The
like that was
the AFI list took us almost 3 years.
but for whatever reason in my head, those two sit the same length.
Like the same length. Yeah.
Because I think, well, I mean, it's about half the list.
More than half.
It's fucking. That's
50
a lot of. It's a
53
lot of movies.
54 because we watched Blackmail twice.
Yeah, we watched a few twice. We watched a couple of them.
Well, I counted in the list.
Mm-hmm.
Mary and Murder are actually counted as two separate films.
Oh,
Whereas
really?
Blackmail is only one film, but he did. Do
Didn't
it
we
twice.
watch one though where it was like another cast that did it or something?
Yeah,
like
that was Mary versus Murder. Yeah, Murder was the with an exclamation point. Murder. Was the English speaking version,
Got
and then a German cast did Mary, which was the German version.
I see.
Back before they recorded audio separately.
Yeah.
And so they couldn't dub. They couldn't do dubs. So that you actually had to literally shoot the movie
I
twice.
never knew that.
I know, me neither.
That was a
until we
bit
did
of
that.
knowledge that I went, oh,
That was cool.
See? There was a whole nother set.
Film history.
That's why I like that.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, there's
Learn
a
some
whole
shit.
other set going on. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's very, very cool.
Well, dude, what we're doing, definitely a director that has his place in film history, without a doubt. Mm-hmm. We're watching Hayao Miyazaki. Mm-hmm. And Josh, what is our first film that we're watching today?
Mess up this title really fast. The Castle Cagliostro.
Cagliostro?
Cagliostro.
Is it?
It's Cagliostro, probably.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
The
Cagliostro.
Castle of Cagliostro.
The Castle of Cagliostro.
There's a little bit of a pre-title above that, though, isn't there?
Lupin
The third, right?
the Third. Yeah, Lupin the
Yeah.
Third.
So Lupin the Third. And Josh,
The Castle
have
of
you
Cagliostro.
heard of Lupin the Third?
I have not.
There's
no.
a Netflix show called Lupin
Really?
with Omar Sy, who's a black French actor,
Okay.
who plays Lupin.
Is it an animated thing or?
And it is
live
it's live action, and it's based off of Lupin the Third. Not this
Interesting.
movie.
Huh.
This movie is based. I'm pretty sure it was a comic book series,
Okay.
like in the 40s
Oh wow.
and 50s, or
Wow.
something like that.
Very interesting.
French. But yeah, and I mean, we'll see what comes up in the research. But it is my understanding that Miyazaki, before being a director, was a cartoon. He was an artist,
Right.
for animation houses, and he worked on Lupin the Third. I think it was animation. Maybe it might actually have been manga. He might have been literally doing comic book pages.
That's very cool.
Yeah, but that is this.
So that's his first
His first
film.
feature was doing a character that he was familiar with. Yeah, Lupin the Third. Lupin the Third in the Castle of Cagliostro.
It's very cool. That's his very first film.
Very first film. We're about to watch it. Does it say what year?
No, it doesn't.
This
Let
is
me double check.
maybe on the maybe in here. Maybe in the booklet.
Yeah, maybe in the booklet. I don't see anything
Let's see.
in the.
I'm gonna look in the booklet while you look at that.
Yeah, not
This
anything
is
on here.
great podcasting.
Well, I
right here.
mean,
This is good audio.
We don't know.
The castle, where? Yeah, okay, 1979.
Oh yeah.
Did you know he went back that far?
No, I did not.
1979?
I did not.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
And as far as I know, at the very least, he'd been
Wow.
an artist. I think he was an animator, but maybe it was just an artist. We'll see what comes from the research. But yeah, he had been working for a long time
That's very cool.
before.
Man, I am so happy the fact that it's the ones that I don't know that I'm most excited about. Genuinely, it's just the filmmakers that I don't know at all.
That seems to be the era that you and I are about to
Yeah, we're gonna
dive into.
We're venturing in that, and I'm excited about it. And plus, when you mentioned before how we haven't done much animation, was another enticing thing. Is how we have
you're
not,
right. We mentioned that in the preview episode, but yeah, how many animated movies have we watched?
5 tops.
Yeah, I think it was 4. I mean, we've literally watched 4,
we have,
which is nuts.
and it's not intentional. It's just the fact of the list haven't taken us those
Correct.
places. I mean, Hitchcock, 55 movies. He's not done.
He did
an
not do a
animated
single
thing,
animated feature.
So
There's 2, I think, in the there's 2 in the
AFI.
AFI's top 100. It was,
then-
and then it was 2 in our 20 that we did.
That we picked.
Yeah, that we picked,
Which is crazy.
which was Akira and
I lost my
hand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is I'm excited for the same reason. This is a unique opportunity to get into some animation, which is, man, half of cinema.
I agree.
It's literal artwork.
It's such a specific and important part of storytelling, and a style too that reaches and resonates. It's timeless. I think that's what's so beautiful about it. Is animation is so
It doesn't age the same way.
timeless. The characters
Yeah.
don't age the same way. None of it ages the same way. It's just
Even the scripts play different.
and even when it hits, you could watch it at any point, and they just kind of keep where they are. You know, they stay stationary while you keep going. And
I even texted you earlier this week, I think, about how for work I was pulling clips from the live action Avatar.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah, you did.
And it's just not my favorite.
No,
Um,
it's not.
but then I went back and watched the cartoon, and it's so good.
It's
And yet you listen to some of that dialogue, and you're like, oh, you could not use that dialogue
no.
in a live action.
There's no way.
It just doesn't play the same.
That's
It
interesting.
has its own thing.
It's interesting you mentioned that. The dialogue itself, the way they speak, animation has its own style.
It has its own rules.
It doesn't
You
speak
can,
like us.
right? You literally can get away with a different style, animation wise, because it's animation.
It's so beautiful.
Than you can do with live action. There's a certain, it's just live actions. They're different from each other.
I love it.
Yeah,
absolutely
I'm
love
super excited. All right, man, are you ready to watch this? You ready to watch The Castle of?
Cagliostro.
Yeah,
There we are.
let's do it. Let's go.
Let's watch it. Come on, Lupin.
Come on, man.
Son of a.
Ow.
Oh, you can't possibly.
Oh shit. Oh no.
These guys are superhuman. Run. They must be from the Count of Cagliostro.
Calistoga.
Killicragan.
The Killer Kraken.
Well, what is the place?
Come on, Aaron. Where are we? I don't know. I'm busy.
I just tell me the name. It's on the tip of my tongue.
It's gonna bug me the whole fight. We're back.
That's what I hear.
We Cagliostro.
Oh, that's what it's called. Got it.
Yeah, man.
Whew.
Okay, so not your first Miyazaki ever,
No,
but what did you think?
Man,
of his
there-
very first movie.
there's so much more adventurous than I had anticipated. I mean, very like ambitiously adventurous too. To where you don't you're good. You have your work cut out for you if you're storyboarding that.
Dude, this movie brings it.
It just does a whole lot of stuff. They have sequences upon sequences. So I get the hype in terms of, wow, you really do pack it all in to these movies. You really do put it in, you know?
There's that was my reaction to it too. The first time I watched it was there's so much skill and ambition
Yeah.
here immediately, just right out the gate.
Sure.
Of like the fight scene with them on the clock wheels.
Yeah, like that
And draining the thing at the end.
Yeah, that was
and
cool.
the car chases that we got. That
was very cool, too.
The whole thing of being on the rooftops and
there were a bunch of fight scenes. There were a lot of
So
car
many fight
chases.
scenes. Yeah.
There were just a lot of stuff going on.
a lot of action.
You know, you There was a little bit of dialogue here, and then there was just action upon action.
Yeah.
And that's ambitious in terms of animation, especially. That's very
And
ambitious.
it looked
Gorgeous.
fantastic.
I think I made the comment of it's a painting, and the animated characters are just moving around the paintings. You know, they're jumping
which
from
is
one to the other.
which
you know
is
what I mean?
literally
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it literally that's what they would do, right? They would do They would do a big, detailed
Right.
background painting, and then you would have layers of other paintings like
It's
superimposed on top of that
beautiful.
background.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. It's a well shot movie. A well done for his first film too. A well done first feature length film.
Very polished.
Clean. You wouldn't think this would be a first film from anyone.
It's not awkward at all.
Not even. There's no self consciousness. Even it's just very, very, very centered, knowing what it wants to do, and then delivers.
I was gonna say, doesn't it also feel like its role in terms of entertainment is super well defined?
Oh yeah.
Like we are watching a Lupin cartoon,
You absolutely are. You're not. You know what you're going into, and you know what you're.
even though
getting.
I've never seen one.
But you still know.
But like it just feels like it's like, oh, this is. I think that might be my biggest takeaway from it. Both times that I've watched it now, because this is the second time that I've watched it. Both times I've watched it, I've just gotten the very strong sense of like, oh, this was very specifically made for a very specific group of people that were looking for a very specific type of movie. You would say the same thing about a Bond movie,
yeah.
for
You would.
example. Like, it's a very well-established aesthetic,
Yep.
and if you're going to direct one of those movies, you better know how to deliver it.
That's the way I see it. Yeah. Very
And,
much so.
Yeah. So, and in that way, he is kind of coloring inside the lines. You know? And not
making
in a
his
bad
own
way.
No, making his own thing from that coloring inside the lines.
Right, but still
keeping in the
coloring
into the
inside the
context of
lines.
what's going on. Yeah. It's
it's conventional.
yeah, it is conventional.
It's ambitious,
but
to
conventional.
your point.
Yes.
But it does, and again, not in a bad way, in a very genre kind of way.
It was surprising seeing this from a first. I mean, I'm sure he'd done other stuff before, and he was able to gain his, he understand what he was doing, and
Right.
It's good the fact that
It's not. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
you're
But to
fine.
your point, it's
Yeah.
not like he was. It does not feel like someone who's fresh on the block.
no, he didn't know.
He's clearly
he
been-
knew what animation was. He
Yeah.
understood how it worked. He knew the Lupin cartoon, so all of the background is there. It's just now put the pieces together. What's impressive about it is he didn't outsmart himself, and he just stuck to it and said, "Okay, it's going to be this. I'm not gonna outthink myself, and I'm just gonna make it what this is."
Yeah. And in that way, I mean, I know that you've seen Spirited Away
Sure.
and Princess Mononoke. Yeah.
Bits and pieces, not the whole thing, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
whole thing.
But Spirited Away for sure.
Spirited Away for sure. Couple
And
times.
this is not that.
No. This is a different thing altogether to me.
Yeah. Would you watch this and be like,
No.
Miyazaki?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Not at all.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to kind of track.
It will.
It reminds me though. It reminds me of Hitchcock in like starting from a very conventional place.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna make a movie that I know people want to see.
love
I'm
it.
gonna start there,
Yeah. It's
and it'll be interesting to see when
when the transition.
Miyazaki shows up.
Yeah, when it actually happens where he starts to appear in his movies, not literally, but just in that his essence and his spirit of him.
Right.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, when it is that we're watching a Miyazaki joint.
Yeah. Miyazaki Johnny. But
I think Spike Lee would approve of that.
I don't think he'd have a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good, man. I appreciated it. I thought it was ambitious enough, but like you said, still conventional. You knew what it was. It wasn't trying to outsmart itself. It was just being what it was.
just good, man. And I really do mean like this movie is ambitious.
Right.
with the action that it really has a very satisfying build to that big end where we like drain the palace, and there's water everywhere, and like it's like, damn,
An old dude died on the clock, right?
Yeah.
That motherfucker got smushed. Yeah, okay. I just want to be sure about that.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's Cagliostro Part 2.
You never know.
But yeah, I mean, like truly, and their fight is in the clock tower is fucking baller.
Yeah.
And then the way that like he's like the whole like he puts the rings down and he's like let her go.
Sure.
And then he like betrays him.
Yeah.
Good showdown. Like truly, this movie
That Act 3 brought it.
brings the noise.
Yeah, the Act 3 definitely brought it. It built up correctly in the tone and the pacing. That's the word I'm looking for. The pacing was right.
I
really appreciated that.
I think
about it,
I think I mentioned that as we were recording, and I completely agree. I think one of the things that because there are these moments. Sorry, let me finish the sentence I was going to say first, which is that from the jump, his pacing is spectacular.
Yeah.
And what made me think of that, what made us both think of it, were the moments where we just had to pause for a second, like when he first drops down into her room, for example, and she looks.
Yeah.
And there's just this figure in the shadow, like in the dark. There's this shadowy figure in the darkness. And it's this moment of like, what?
Yeah.
And we just linger on that for just a second.
We hold there for a minute.
And then he speaks. And she's like, reacts. And then he moves.
That's the difference between Miyazaki that I've already seen and just a regular animated film. There's a cinematic quality to him. That right there, what you just described, knowing when to speak and knowing when to hold. I
would say that the best the best anime directors do that.
Yes, I'm not saying
very
I'm not saying,
but
they
in terms
Yeah.
of what separates instantly Miyazaki from somebody lesser is that.
Yeah. It's not even less. It's just a less. Well, I guess it is lesser, but just not.
Yeah, they're bullshit.
Exactly. The novice, I would say. There's and that's to me that's the beauty of filmmaking is there are times you speak and there are times you just hold
don't.
And you just sit in the space. And I think throughout a filmmaker's journey, it's not so much, it is about telling the story, but it's not in terms of when you're filming your own stuff. It's that right there. It's finding out what that is.
Those are tools to tell your story, though.
But just those two. But just those two things. Yeah, and then they are tools. But just those two things. And once you have your story down, you know the story you want to tell. That's aside. Now it's like, when do I actually say something, and when do I actually just let it sit?
Yeah, that's part of making it real, I think.
Yeah.
Like in that moment, we pause there because not only do we expect a moment like that, two characters meeting each other for the first time, to have a sort of lyricism to it.
Sure.
There's a theatricality that we're looking for
Yeah.
to underscore it. But it is all that musicality and lyricality, if that's a word,
That feels right. Yeah, it feels right.
are elevated versions of what the real version of that scene is, which is we need a moment for her to wonder, is that a figure of a man in the shadows, or am I just...
Yeah.
We need that. We need to observe that coloring in that moment of not being sure and looking and looking deeper into the darkness is what we would do in real life. And so it does make the moment feel more real.
I agree. Yeah.
And elevates it at the same time with and then he speaks. And then he moves, and again, it wasn't the only scene, but it's the one I'm thinking of after he leaves, and she's left alone in her tower in the darkness, and they turn the lights out, and she just sits there for a moment,
Yeah.
and she waits,
Yeah.
and she's like listening, and silence, and then she moves. I can't remember what she does, but and then she moves, and then she does this, and it is something that I have noticed in anime, just full stop.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of silence in
Evangelion. I was gonna say
too.
Evangelion has a lot of that.
You talked about cicadas.
Yeah, the cicadas. Yes,
you know?
exactly.
And we just let other sounds.
And we just show settings.
And
of
I
it.
can't remember if it was Miyazaki or not, but some Japanese filmmaker talking about that. And they were talking about, like, you need those moments because that's what we do. We sit and we think.
Yeah.
And we absorb what just happened to us.
Yeah. I agree.
And putting that on film, taking up film, film space, or now it's digital time in the story to allow that to happen is like this. I think it was Miyazaki arguing is super important.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was just this movie that made me notice it, but I do notice it already in this in this movie, his first movie.
Yeah, it's fascinating how much you learn. Man, not even about him, just about storytelling from the first movie. Just
because it's so well made, man.
About how to make a movie. You're just going, man, it's
gotta be funny.
Gotta be funny.
It's gotta be exciting.
Yeah, and then you gotta know when to shut the fuck up sometimes, and just let the room breathe for a second. And especially when there's funny in it too. You think, well, let's like joke after joke, or action after action, or crazy scene after crazy scene, whatever the case may be. That holding for it and that absorbing what just happened to you.
Good point.
Yeah.
Didn't this movie feel like it was beautifully paced?
Yeah, it was a wonderful pacing.
So much action happened, and yet was there any point where you were like, oh, this is a bit much?
Not that's
never.
That was the spectacular thing about it. You weren't ever like, oh, okay. It just kind of kept going, and then the things were happening right around the times where they should be happening, and then it was kind of wrapping up at the point that it should have been wrapping up, and you didn't feel like it lingered in a space too long while still taking its time. Which is that's the mastery of filmmaking, is because you can take. I've seen things from experienced directors and creators try to take their time, and they're just lingering.
Yeah. So what happens when you don't have the up and the down is that it just
sits.
It's just
and it's
flatlined.
Just flat.
So nothing feels bigger than anything that came before it.
It all seems dry.
It's all this.
And then it makes life.
But when you go up and down, you find yourself climbing the mountain, and then we've got a stew going.
Hey, baby, you got a stew going. But it's it's a good first start. I'll tell you that to get going for Miyazaki. It's interesting. I didn't know I would learn so much just about, not even about him, just storytelling right now. Just storytelling. Just going back and then putting that internal and saying, oh man, that's how you do it. You got to fucking know when to shut the fuck up sometimes and just let the room breathe and trust your material.
Even when you're making a very
doesn't matter
action, driven
this was an
movie.
action thing, but I'm going, man, it's funny you're watching an action thing, but you're thinking, wow, look at all that space that they held. That's interesting to walk away from an action anime and you go, man, they really did take their time.
Every character too had their moment.
Yeah, they did.
They
had little moments. It reminds me also of Last Airbender too. It has that same thing where they do that same thing in that too. They have wacky, crazy things. They have like people go. They have hurtful things, and then at the same time, you go, man, this feels like they're not rushing. They're not rushing at all. They're not trying to overly tell us something. They're not feeling self-conscious about saying a thing. It's fascinating. It's fascinating.
So you hated it?
I didn't like it.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
No, yeah, well, maybe better luck next time. Yeah, exactly. Nice try, Miyazaki.
All right, let's try to do a breakdown on it.
Okay.
Our first question is, how would you divide this up into beginning, middle, and end?
Beginning is okay. So he robs the place.
We knock over a casino. And then we've got the car full of money, and they're all excited about it.
When he sees the princess, I'm guessing that's the end of the beginning. There
we see the princess on the road driving, right, and she drives ahead of them.
Then they fall over the cliff.
Well, then they get a flat tire.
Flat tire, that's right.
Yeah, they get the flat tire.
And they
and
fall over the
somehow
cliff.
the princess is behind them again.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, me neither. But she's behind them again.
Yeah.
And they're heading towards the goats.
Mm.
Because he's like, oh, I've seen this fake money before.
Right.
And I couldn't solve the mystery back then. Let's go figure out where this is coming from. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then they save her because she's being pursued by the goons.
It would be when she got taken, right? Because she got taken and then
She
taken
gets
with the
taken.
dude. And I think that's because that's our adventure of him choosing to go save her.
Yeah, our inciting. Yes,
Clearly.
our inciting. That's our inciting. Global inciting incident
course.
would be,
Yeah.
She drives by and she's in trouble. She's being shot at.
Yeah.
And our first crisis is, well, do we help her?
Yeah.
I don't. We really don't struggle with that
No,
much, and we definitely don't say no.
No, we don't say no.
But it's fine.
It's okay.
Like,
yeah.
it's interesting too because, and we haven't talked about this yet, but an interesting aspect of this movie is that it's episodic. It's just another chapter in the adventures of Lupin III, right? And it very, very distinctly feels like that.
Yeah.
And again, James Bond does that. There's always something that James Bond is doing in the middle of, a case or whatever it is that he's doing at the beginning of a Bond film.
Okay.
And then that gets interrupted basically by what his adventure is going to be for that movie.
Interesting.
And then by the end of it, we're moving on to the next one.
Huh.
The next one's already come up. Like, we got to get you back out there. And the same structure here. It's Star Trek. It's Star Trek: The Next Generation. Like, they're always into something at the beginning.
Got it.
And then the adventure comes up in the episode, and they solve the adventure, and then at the end of it, it's back to where we were.
Back to what we were doing.
Okay, well, now I off to Rigel 7.
Yeah.
And that structure, it's interesting because you do want I really need to study it more and how you do it well, because I know that one of the reasons why I love that episodic structure so much is because in each story, in each episode, particularly in television, but in each episode of television, you're getting at least one character that is having a complete arc.
Got it.
They're learning something.
Got it.
In that
Interesting.
episode. And
Yeah.
because of that, you really attach to these characters because you see them over and over and over
Overcome
week in
things
and week out,
and-
overcome something
yeah,
or
yeah,
learn
yeah.
something or make a decision.
I never even thought of that
As
in terms
opposed to serialized television.
You're right.
Where it'll take a character sometimes an entire season to arc.
To figure out what they need to figure out. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. I never thought about episodic television like that, where in terms of the characters, in getting used to the characters and becoming accustomed and making them a house, inside you. Yeah, that episodic television has that special something to where they get to overcome something every single week.
The duality of it, though, is that you can't have them change.
Yeah. You have to still have a flaw or something there that they still have to learn a bigger.
Because at the end, the duty of a writer of episodic television is things have to be the way they were
Right.
at the end of it.
Right.
You have got to go back to one.
Yeah.
Like everybody is back to one.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
true.
on to the next thing.
True.
Because everybody's writing episodes and your episode can't fuck up everybody else's.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I would really love to study. I think probably what happens most in television is that either the change is not a fundamental one. We learn something for the day, and then we're like, well, that was interesting. Yeah, I'm going to have to continue to think about that. And then, we move on. Or the opportunity. It's so funny. You said the word house, which made me literally think of the character House. And how he always is presented with the opportunity to change, and he never does.
Right. I know what
And
you
so
mean.
that's another version of the episodic.
Yeah,
television. Because that
right.
show was an episodic show. There was a new case to solve.
Sure.
Each week.
Sure.
A new medical case to solve each week.
Sure.
And poor old House, God, we wanted him to be a better person, and he would show flashes. But then he'd always go back to who he really was.
Yeah, that's Breaking Bad has that same situation too, where he's.
Breaking Bad, though, is serialized.
You're right. Yeah, it does have a
Which is
serialized
which is
thing.
different.
It's not episodic.
It's not episodic.
You're right.
Interesting.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, and this. So anyway, this was episodic storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like Miyazaki had license to like get his best friend killed
You're right. Yeah.
and deal with the grief of that or something along those lines.
Right.
There could be an adventure and he could fall in love, but he had to let that love go by the end of it and leave open the possibility of like, maybe I'll come back.
That's
You
true.
ever need me again, just call.
Yeah,
The
maybe.
door's always open. Yeah. You know? That's good episodic. The door is always open.
Yeah. I like that. I never thought
that
about
was something we
episodic.
hadn't talked about
That's
yet.
interesting to learn it like that too. I've never seen episodic television like that in that light.
Right. I thought about it.
I've always liked serialized, but I'm going, oh man, it really gives me a new view on episodic television. I can appreciate it. Not that I didn't, but I can appreciate it. You know.
Episodic doesn't do everything well. I mean, there are ways that serialized TV is really satisfying.
Absolutely.
You know, it can be it's the chapters of a book,
Sure.
which is great.
Yeah.
But one thing that episodic TV does really, really well, I think, is get us to attach to the characters because we do see them go through a full arc
Right.
every week, every episode.
I'm with that.
And that's cool. Anyway, back to our beginning, middle, and end. We decide to help the princess. Mm-hmm. Oh, and that's what made me think of it. We don't really have a refusal of the call,
No.
but in episodic, I don't know how hard the refusal of the call is really. Like we had the friend that was like
Yeah.
literally where they're just standing in silence. Remember?
Yeah.
And then he's just looking, and his friend's looking at him, and he's like, "What?"
Right.
And then he like puts him in a headlock or whatever, and he's like, "Fucking tell me, what are we doing?"
Yeah.
Like that probably counts.
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. There's something in there. Something.
And then we're doing a bunch of investigating, following a bunch of clues.
Him and the inspector go on their little adventure.
I love the inspector and this idea of this inspector, this Interpol inspector that's just chasing him around the world.
It's a
Brilliant.
No, that's a beautiful. That works to me. That works.
And
every
they
time.
almost always end up working together at some point.
That's a recipe for success right there. That just works every time. That is you want that. You have this kind of thing, and you have that thing. That's just I don't know how you can fail with that machine.
You can't. And the
So
way
works.
that the two of them just immediately they've got the car with the boosters and they got the guns and they got like
Of course.
and they're going in the water and it's just like
All of it's great.
with the scuba gear because they got the scuba and the two of them together that's just so satisfying
Yeah,
of
they are.
like all right, I'm in, let's fucking do this.
It's good. It's good stuff, man. It's
even
really good
even like the samurai that they end up bringing in, which they totally don't need.
But I love that he's there.
Yeah, he's just there, and I love the entire time. You're like, that dude's gonna fuck some people up.
That's what
I can't wait.
I wanted to. You know, I'm like,
I can't wait to see that guy kick somebody else.
because he was ready. He was going, all right. I bet.
I am still as a stone, but I can move faster than lightning.
He did chop some dudes up.
He did. He
was
did. He
cool.
chopped some dudes up.
So it's cool.
The Shadow Men or whatever they were called, which they should have been robots. I mean, we literally had a Lupin.
That was my only miss for this thing. I'm going, they should have
They should
been
have been
some sort of creature
because
robot
they were
thing.
the way they moved was
It was-
and that is very Miyazaki.
Yeah.
Dude, so is the time period.
Huh.
There's a lot, not Spirited Away, but you'll see there's a lot in Miyazaki where he doesn't set it in Japan.
Oh, really?
And it's in Europe and it's vaguely steampunk. That turn of the century era of the ships that were pure bright white and run by steam and had the gold like fancy filigree on the bow and the uniforms that look like barons with the sashes and it's not exactly Victorian. Maybe it is Victorian.
I'm excited to see more of that. I want to see more
but
of what
that
his-
is an aesthetic of his.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
you're
off.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
I do want to see more of that, though.
that is Miyazaki. That is a Miyazaki aesthetic. He loves that stuff, and I think it might be because he went and studied art in Europe or something like that.
Yeah.
Man, I can't remember. We'll have to see what the research says, but that's another thing that's very... Okay, so anyway, when do you think we cross over from our middle to our end?
To our beginning of Act 3 or our end to end? What are you saying?
Yeah, beginning of Act 3. Or is Act 2 to Act 3.
Yeah, Act 2 to Act 3. Let's see here. Princess leaves. I mean, don't they get her at some point? They grab her. They get her.
They're on the roof.
I mean, I'm thinking
He gets shot.
clock tower-ish kind of thing around that time.
Yeah, I think it's when he's been shot.
Right.
And he's recovering.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
that's right. He got shot.
And then he learns that the wedding is tomorrow.
That's right. He got shot. That's right. And then he is the priest.
And that's
in the disguise.
Act 3 stuff. So as soon as we cut from that night to the next morning,
Forgot
everybody's going to the wedding.
Yeah, you're right.
That's our showdown.
That's Act 3. I agree.
Not really a crisis decision.
No, it just happens. They're just kind of in it. There's no crisis there. I can't think of one.
Yeah, not. It's not like if you go back there,
right?
Interpol will catch you,
right?
That kind of thing.
There's not that there.
Which is fine.
Sure.
It's enough that it's dangerous. I think.
There's still the stakes are still high.
Yeah.
That's what you want. The stakes are not low at that point. They're still relatively high.
It's still dangerous.
The risk is still there.
But that would have been if it had been a clear threat specifically for him. Like they know your face now, or like if you go back and you use that, they will catch it. Like something along those lines.
Yes,
that would have been a little stronger. But then do we have a crisis decision in Act 3? There was one.
The rings? Here, take the rings, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I think that's a crisis decision.
To give them up.
And because he gives it to him and then he supposedly thinks he's going to get something.
They needed to be a clearer MacGuffin, though.
Yeah.
And this treasure that we threw in at the last minute. And we're like, it's a Roman town. I remember even at the time, I was like, man, somehow that feels so Japanese anime to just throw that in there at the last second. For me... that being a stronger MacGuffin, either the rings or the treasure that the rings will get you,
right,
would have he had worked. It's the reason he came.
Yeah,
was all the rings are there.
Yeah,
and he finally got them.
Yeah,
and then to give them up for her.
Yeah,
that would have worked.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, and been that little bit of episodic growth.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
For, see, he ain't all.
Yeah,
bad.
they did miss some spots here and there.
But he still did it. He still gave them up.
Yeah, he still gave them up.
But making them a clearer, stronger MacGuffin.
Why he's giving them up?
Yeah,
Which choice there?
To be fair enough, there could have been a line that we missed while we were cackling and talking, where they do establish that. So maybe that was earlier on in there, and we just missed it.
I don't know if we missed that much, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I don't know about it. Well, I mean, we certainly didn't talk about it except once. If we did miss it. So, what's the genre on this one?
Action?
Hell yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Come on.
It's straightforward action story. Let's get to action. Working my ass off over. Working my ass over here. Okay, so our obligatory scenes. There's an inciting attack by the villain.
Yes.
Going after the princess.
Takes her, actually, to a giant tower. So, yeah.
To a tower.
To a tower.
Hero sidesteps responsibility to take action. That's our refusal.
No.
Which we were like, not
Didn't
really.
have that, really.
Not really. Forced to leave the ordinary world, the hero lashes out.
He was a thief. And, I mean, I guess he's going to go save a princess
He definitely goes into a new extraordinary world, but he's really kind of doing his thing. He's not lashing out.
I don't think he lashes out at all. No.
About it? I don't know what that was supposed to be. There we go.
It was good. It was good, though.
Thanks. It's because I was going to knock my mic.
No, there's a lot of equipment.
Sorry, Michael. Discovering and understanding the antagonist MacGuffin, the villain's object of desire.
We talked about that, how the MacGuffin wasn't clear.
Wasn't super clear because there were a couple. There was the counterfeit money, but that's what the hero wanted to discover.
Right.
Really, the MacGuffin are those rings, though. and he definitely wanted those rings. And that was not a revelation. That seemed to we kind of took that a little bit for granted.
Yeah.
Because remember, the first thing that he does with them is he switches the rings.
That's right.
Before he falls down into the pit.
Yeah.
Which is apparently literally hell. Realizing, okay, our next one.
Mm-hmm.
Hero's initial strategy against the villain fails. Yeah.
Did he have an initial strategy? What was his initial strategy?
Well, he tries to give it back to her, but then he's still there.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah,
like,
yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I would say yes. That is the majority of the movie. They did that very well.
Sure.
Realizing they must change their approach to salvage some form of victory, the hero reaches an all is lost moment.
Yeah, did he have an all is lost moment?
I guess it's supposed to be when he was shot, because we were trying to get her out, and we failed. But there's no change of approach.
No, there's not. There's not a change of approach.
Yeah.
So
We're not learning a lesson.
I don't want to give him that one because I didn't see an all is
It was
lost.
just showdown.
That's all
I mean,
it
we
was.
did have a low moment though, where
Yeah.
he like almost died.
Almost.
And like that was, but was he like giving up or despair or no?
Doesn't
he was
seem
just
like it, no.
he just needed to recover so that he could go back and kick some more ass.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Which works.
The hero at the mercy of the villain, the central event of the action story what the reader is waiting for. The hero's gift is expressed in this scene.
The clock tower?
Yeah, out on the face of the clock.
I would say so,
Like
yeah.
he shoots him. And it's interesting. It's a little bit less of his gift that's expressed
Yeah.
and hers. She finally finds like the courage to like strike back against that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I would agree with that. Sounds good.
And then he has gadgets that save them when they
does.
plunge into the water together. The hero's sacrifice is rewarded.
Hopefully.
It was.
Yeah.
Conventions. Hero, victim, villain. These three roles must be clearly defined throughout the story.
Very much so.
The protagonist must be a hero.
Yes.
Okay, well, who's the victim?
I mean, Mononoke.
The princess.
The old gal.
And who's our villain? There's a few, but there's one big one.
Yeah, I think it was Donahue guy,
Cagliostro guy.
Yeah, him. That guy.
Cagliostro.
Him.
The hero's object of desire is to stop the villain and save the victim.
Yeah.
Yes. The power divide between the hero and the villain is very large.
Yeah.
The villain is far more powerful than
Of course,
the hero.
yeah.
He's got a fucking castle.
Yeah, in an army.
with
Yes.
so many trapdoors.
We're to hell, apparently.
It's just straight to hell.
So, yeah.
I love when he's like, no, that's a good one. That one goes straight to hell.
And genuinely, we saw people dead down there
yeah,
going,
like
oh my
hanging
God.
dead. That was intense. Speech in praise of the villain. We didn't get a ton of that, but we did talk about like
We saw
that's
him a lot.
bad
Yeah, we
motherfucker.
saw him a lot and people serving him and shit.
Yeah. Subgenre specific conventions. Depending on the subgenre, other conventions and tropes are required. Yeah, this was probably it's not person against nature, person against the state. Rebellion, conspiracy. It's conspiracy. Hero versus an invisible tyrant. I mean, he's not an invisible tyrant, but
he's still a
nobody
tyrant.
else takes
No.
him seriously.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Or vigilante, hero versus a criminal organization. Not as dark, not a dark side of that, but yeah, it's person against a state kind
Got
of
it.
thing. Because it's not like it was these two. The other two are person against person and person against time. So he's not fighting a clock. I mean, well, we fight on a clock. Ooh. And it's not like it's a duel.
No.
It is by the end. It goes mano a mano.
But
by
that's
the
not
end.
what not what this is
But
about.
it's his whole organization.
yeah.
So I think that's why it's a person against state. Which that's an action epic.
okay.
Yeah. What's our POV?
Our Pav is him.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's him.
Lupin, it's the friend, it's the princess, it's the Duke.
Some a samurai.
Yeah.
I mean, we're jumping around.
Some
a
of the
little bit.
detective.
Yeah, detective has some.
What's the controlling theme or idea?
I don't know. Let's see here.
It's interesting. I think there's some class dynamics at play.
Ooh.
He's a thief.
And he's
He's a criminal.
battling a rich,
Not only the rich duke,
Yeah.
but also Interpol, like literally the international police.
Yeah.
So it does strike me that our hero is, by the point of view of all the institutions of his world, he is nothing.
Yeah.
So that, I think, is part of it.
I like it.
That's part of the allure.
Sure.
Part of the controlling theme or idea is like, what is the allure of this story? What is the hook of this story? Why are people going to love this?
Yeah.
So it's a big time underdog story. It's Robin Hood, I think.
Yeah. Man, I didn't think about that. That is a lot of Robin Hood in here.
Yeah, it's love, or what's action, like justice prevails. Let's see here. Life is preserved. Right, because it's about life and death.
Right.
Life is preserved when the protagonist overpowers or outwits their antagonists. That's what's on the genre sheet here, and that is literally what Lupin does. He outwits them. He's smarter than them. He doesn't have the resources they have, but he wins anyway.
Beautiful.
Because he is resourceful.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's that stuff.
And that feels good.
Yes, it does.
We love to see that.
Yeah, we need to see that. I think it's a necessary thing to see, personally.
Yeah. So I think doing that breakdown, I think that's about all there is, which is to say that it's less, any lesser than. But I mean, this is a very genre film.
Yeah.
And so I think that genre sheet covers it.
I think so too.
You know what I mean? I don't think there was anything else that Miyazaki was really trying to do with this other than execute.
Like you said, it was pretty conventional
story
in terms of they were executing that.
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the research.
Go for it, man.
I mean, why not?
Abs, babe.
We're here.
Go for it, man.
Okay. Lupin III, the Castle of Cagliostro,
All right, the lies. I'm not sure why they keep coming up.
is a 1979 Japanese animated action-adventure comedy film.
All right, I'm following you now.
Co-written and directed
Sure.
by Hayao Miyazaki. Oh. I hope I'm saying his name right. I'm going to look that up for the next one, so I'm sure that we're doing it right, but I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. It is the second animated feature film based on the 1967 to 1969 manga series Lupin III by Monkey Punch. The film was Miyazaki's feature directorial debut after having previously worked as an animator for Toei Animation and Telecom Animation Film. So he did work in animation.
Got it.
Directing several animated television series,
Right.
including Lupin III Part 1.
Beautiful.
The original theatrical release in Japan occurred on the 15th of December, 1979, distributed by Toho. Toho, I also believe, did the Godzilla films,
Really?
at least distributed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think so.
That's cool.
The Castle of Cagliostro eventually made its American theatrical debut on the 3rd of April, 1991. So, 12 years later.
Wow.
With the home release following in October of 1992. It's weird to think about that these days, but man, remember when we were kids? It was impossible to get anime. Like,
I don't know where you
with dubs or subtitles.
I don't know where you would find them. Honestly, it was
you
just hard.
could, but they would literally be imports from Japan, so everything was in Japanese.
Yeah, you wouldn't have the actual subtitles on them.
Yeah, nobody was paying
No.
to localize that stuff for U.S. audiences, which
yeah.
is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Thank God we're much better with that these days. Miyazaki, I'm sure, was a big part of that. Critics and historians note the film's influence on Miyazaki's later works. And it ended up becoming the most popular and well-regarded entry in the entire Lupin III franchise.
Oh, wow.
Since recognized as a cult film. The film has served, and we'll talk about more of about this later, but as a major influence on animators and directors worldwide, such as filmmaker John Lasseter, who founded Pixar, and wrote and directed Toy Story, and several Walt Disney Animation Studio films, including titles of the Disney Renaissance.
Dope.
So we'll talk more about that in a bit.
Okay.
But specifically about the production of this one.
Yep.
Lupin III began as a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Monkey Punch. I'm assuming Monkey Punch was like the...
Monkeys.
Just punching monkey. I like all they want to do. All they do is fight. Come on. Clearly,
It's a very violent studio.
I don't know. It's exciting.
A lot of monkeys were harmed during that time.
Yeah, it's like it wouldn't say no monkeys were harmed. Lots were harmed.
Many
monkeys were harmed.
Many monkeys didn't make it. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's like Marvel or DC or like that's the name of the publishing house. I'm gonna have to look that up though. I don't know Monkey Punch.
Monkeys.
Oh, you will.
Oh, trust me. You'll learn.
Closer.
You'll learn the name.
No, I want to tell you something. Come on.
I don't want to go over there. Jesus! Get him, boys!
The title character Lupin III,
Right.
and I never put this together, but this is so smart, was inspired by and is claimed in the series to be the grandson of Maurice Leblanc's fictional character Arsène Lupin, a gallant and famous outlaw able to outsmart even Sherlock Holmes. So he's not Arsène Lupin. He's his grandson,
Got it.
Lupin III.
Oh, makes sense. I don't know why I didn't catch that either.
I never put that. I just assumed that he was the Lupin of of the French fame.
Sure.
But he's like, no. This is his grandson.
That's cool.
I love
That's
that.
pretty cool.
I think that's super cool.
Keep it in the fam.
Yeah, next generation. The manga's popularity led to 2 anime series titled Lupin III and Lupin III Part 2.
Ooh.
And those were the series that Miyazaki worked on.
Very nice.
The first film was The Mystery of Mamo, and that was released on December 16th, 1978.
Yes.
Castle of Cagliostro, the Miyazaki's one, was released the following year.
Right.
Hayao Miyazaki had previously co-directed episodes of the first Lupin anime series with a guy named Isao Takahata. Again, I hope I'm saying that name right.
Sure.
The 2 directors, along with Toshio Suzuki, would give birth to Studio Ghibli in 1985.
There it is.
Yeah. So at least 2/3 of the founding fathers of Studio Ghibli were from those animation houses that, I'm sure, among other things, did Lupin III.
Interesting.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Very cool.
The Castle of Cagliostro marked Miyazaki's debut as a theatrical movie director, obviously. But he was also yes, he was. But he was also monkeys.
Get him off me.
Get him. Take it back. But he was not just a director.
Bandanas and iPads.
But he was also iPad. Oh, eye patches. They said iPads. I was like,
Look,
that's you.
Ah, Jesus.
Oh God.
Enough. They're so great with
How much
Photoshop.
cloud storage are you taking up with those things?
You look like that too.
Oh, the iPads.
So stupid.
And eye patches.
Yeah, both.
So not only was it, it's a big deal because it was his theatrical movie
Right.
debut as a director.
Right.
But he also was a writer on it. He co-wrote it.
Cool.
He was a designer on it
Very nice.
and a storyboardist
I like
on
that.
the movie. So he did all of those roles.
That's
himself.
amazing.
Yeah. He began his process before he even created the story to completion. He had bits and pieces but he drew a bird's eye view of the setting. So like a map of the entire
of what
valley castle.
This is this is what it
this,
is. And this is where these things are.
Yeah.
That's smart, man.
Isn't that cool?
Very smart.
I thought that was cool.
That's very
I thought that
smart.
was really cool.
Yeah.
And this is him as a TV director, man. 5 months production time.
Wow.
He did the entire movie in 5 months.
Jeez, that's really impressive. That team was doing their job.
Yeah.
Shit.
Right?
That was efficient.
It makes me think about how Hitchcock shot Psycho with his Hitchcock Presents team. He's
Yeah.
like, fine, we'll just shoot it this way. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Smart.
So I don't know what this is. It makes me want to look it up, and I just thought I'd mention it. Miyazaki's Heidi, Girl of the Alps sketchbooks were used for the scenery. So he had a lot of the scenery already like painted out and sketched out, I guess, which is cool. I don't know what that is, but it makes me want to look it up.
Very cool.
And Miyazaki cited this book called Italian Mountain Cities and the Tiber Estuary from Kagoshima Publishing as influencing the production of the film. So like I'm guessing that was like a photo book, you know, one of those coffee table photo books.
Yeah, that
of
sounds
like,
wonderful.
This is, you know, beautiful photography of this region.
Goodness.
Yeah, so that was cool. The castle is visually influenced by a 1952 unfinished release of a movie called The King and the Mockingbird. Cagliostro borrowed many narrative and visual elements from Grimald's film. So this guy, or Grimaud, the basic plot line of disrupting the wedding of an evil tyrant and the beautiful innocent girl, the tyrant's luxurious decorated palace that's full of traps, a gang of henchmen serving the tyrant, both oversized goons and ninja-like assassins. That's all in The King and the Mockingbird.
Wow.
That was cool. And this unreleased, unfinished movie, The King and the Mockingbird. The staff added personal touches to the film. The most iconic being Lupin's car, which was a Fiat 500.
Yeah.
Which was the car of head animator Yasuo Otsuka. And Clarice's car, the princess, in the chase scene, is a Citroen 2CV, which was Miyazaki's first car.
That's fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
Very fun.
Film score was composed by, from Lupin III series regular Yuji Ono, and varied between jazz, romance, and orchestral music.
I like all that.
So that was cool. That was part of their TV crew.
Yeah.
This I thought was really interesting. So this is Miyazaki's influence on the writing of it. So he significantly changed the major characters in this and the way that they're portrayed. So Castle of Cagliostro's portrayal of the characters was changed to better identify with Miyazaki's concept of a hero and to remove a sense of apathy in the story. This resulted in Lupin being a happy-go-lucky and upbeat thief who drives and lives out of a Fiat 500, for example. A sharp contrast to the scheming and lecherous Lupin, who drives expensive cars like a Mercedes-Benz SSK, and this is wild, because it was, quote, Hitler's favorite car. So radically different character. Dare I say, much more interesting. The changes would also impact secondary characters like Jigen and Goemon, changing their serious and cold personalities into friendly and humorous. Even the erotic elements involving the femme fatale Fujiko were dropped. So he would have been much more like, ugh,
Touchy,
hey,
yeah.
and trying to like come onto her, and she's like, leave me alone.
Right.
And
that changed.
Much more charm. Like,
Yeah, it was a charming thing, yeah.
One thing I can say, a first for the directors that we've deep dived on. Miyazaki knows how to talk to women.
Wow. Is that the first one that we... Yeah, at least he has an idea how to do it.
Yeah,
He's not afraid of
He's
them.
not afraid of women.
There we go. He's not afraid
that's what
of
I
them.
mean.
Yeah.
Like,
There's that.
he knows how to conduct himself around women.
Exactly.
And not be like a
Just
creepy...
So far that we're seeing,
dude.
yeah, it seems like he's not a creepy dude.
Not that Lynch was creepy, but he was certainly awkward.
He just didn't know how to talk to him.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
Yeah, he was just... He found him,
Yeah.
he found him fascinating.
Very fascinating. The film had a budget of 500 million yen, which is equivalent at the time of $2.282 million. Surpassing Space Battleship Yamato in 1977 to become the most expensive anime film up until then. So this was not cheap.
Wow.
Even though they did it in 5 months, it was the most expensive anime film ever made. Pretty crazy. In Japan, the film grossed 610 million yen, which is the equivalent of about $2.8 million.
Okay.
So that barely made its money back at the time. But then what we're going to go over here is how this movie was released over and over and over again. And so eventually, by this point, I think it's become definitely successful.
Right.
But at the time, barely broke even.
So it didn't hit the first couple
Yeah.
goes.
Didn't hit the first time. In 1980, Tokyo Movie Shinsha, which I'm guessing is a distributor, began screen testing the film in North America, and I thought this was cool. It was notably shown at the World Science Fiction Convention in Boston for a marketing survey. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Hugos, but the Hugo Awards happen at the World Cons.
Oh, I've heard of
Yeah,
Hugo
that's
Awards.
like the big science fiction con, and it
Yeah.
it literally travels around the world.
Right.
That's where the Hugos are voted on, which is probably the highest award in sci-fi. Sure. Whatever you say, author, nerd.
Hey, nerd.
It was also...
I bet.
Look! Oh, your battery's almost dead. Turn it off.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Plug that in.
Oh, Jesus.
Make you nervous?
God damn it.
Put that back in its case.
Put it in a sleeve
crack
or
it.
something. Yeah, God damn it. They're so... They're delicate.
I'm gonna drop it.
Oh, watch out. There's water.
Oh.
Oh, stop.
It is terrifying.
It's so scary.
It's way more scary than iPads.
It is. It's like,
iPads.
Am I breaking it? Just fucking with you. Just enough. I'll talk.
What do you want to know? You haven't even asked me any questions. It also screened at this other film festival called Filmex 82 in Los Angeles. I wish Filmex was still around.
That sounds so cool.
Filmex 82 was
Right.
a banger.
Yeah, man.
Despite resounding acclaim, I'm assuming they mean critical acclaim from critics from the screenings. Most of the screenings were unsuccessful. According to Fred Patton, don't know who Fred is, but shout out Fred.
Yeah, Fred.
The primary reason for that was, quote, most people did not bother to come since it was only an animated cartoon feature and not a serious live action movie.
Gotcha.
And that just takes me back to our childhood, man, when fucking nobody in America took animation seriously.
Not at all. Not at all. You're
Obviously,
correct.
Japan did.
Oh yeah, they definitely did. Yeah, we
But
we
did
didn't
not.
we didn't value it like we should have.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
So, man, it just went through. They tried over and over and over to release this movie in several releases where, like, they did a dub where the dub was really bad, and then they redid it, and eventually, finally, the first proper, really great release of this was a new HD digital remaster was produced, and Cagliostro was given a limited theatrical release in Japan in 2014. And that remaster was both individually and as a part of this Collected Works of Hayao Miyazaki box set released. Both of these were released by Studio Ghibli in conjunction with Disney here in the United States.
Interesting.
And since then, it's also it's since been released in 2019 in Japan and 2021 here in 4K. So there is a 4K version of this out there.
Got it.
With 7.1 surround sound, baby.
Man.
And the good dub. But, you know, we didn't say that, but we're going to watch all of these movies in the original Japanese. We're
Okay.
not going to watch
I
them
figured
in the
that,
dubs.
but yeah, we never mentioned it.
Yeah, no, I think we should do that for all of the foreign films that
Yeah.
we watch. It
I'm
should
with it.
always be in the original language.
Sure.
Less of a thing with animation. It's not as jarring because all of the sound and animation is like added in post. But particularly for me, for live action, that's a axe I will grind. I will not watch dubs because it's just so artificial.
Sure.
It ruins. I
Yeah.
want to hear the actual audio that they recorded.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So while it was not initially a box office success, it developed a cult following very early on through numerous re-releases. It was even in 2001 voted the best anime in history by the readers of Animage, or Animage, or Animage.
Caglar, what's it?
Calistoga.
Okay, there you go.
I thought this was an interesting note.
Look at it.
I'm scratching.
Cut it out.
Please don't. It's so expensive. It's not even yours. Yeah, I know. It's the principle of it.
They're a lot of money.
I can tell it's brand new. The film received the Ofuji Noburo Award
Right.
from the 1979 Manichi Film Concours, which doesn't mean anything to you and I, but I thought this was an interesting observation.
Sure.
Cagliostro, the country and setting,
Okay.
is depicted in meticulous detail and unconstrained by limitations of architecture, geography, and culture, which can be described as Okegaro no Paris, Paris of our dreams, which is a fantastical view of Europe through Eastern eyes. We talked about it a little bit of that already. That's that aesthetic. But I also love the point where they're like, nothing in the movie was constrained by actual architectural needs. Like the tower that's so small and then it's huge up on top and those sort of exaggerated shapes and scale of things. I love that shit. Yeah. And that is something Miyazaki does that I love. Several critics have also noted similarities between the Castle of Cagliostro and the Indiana Jones films, particularly the first entry, Raiders of the Lost Ark, which has led to rumors, though unconfirmed, that the film may have influenced the Indiana Jones franchise. However, both the script and most of the filming for Raiders of the Lost Ark was completed by 1981, years before the Castle of Cagliostro first became available in English, so that's doubtful. Okay. The character of Clarice has been cited as a potential ancestral example of Moe character design. And I looked up what that was, and it's a term for the really wholesome, round-faced, pretty, sweet, demure, quiet, particularly female characters in anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Josh.
Check it out. Look! Turn to the brightness. Oh, the sound's going up. Jeez.
Cagliostro deeply influenced Pixar Animation Studios co-founder John Lasseter, along with Miyazaki's later films.
Yeah.
But all the way back to his first, he described how Miyazaki's influence upon his own life and work began when he first saw a clip from Cagliostro. So this sounds like it was one of those movies that everybody wanted to see back in like the early 80s, and it was really hard to get your hands on.
That's fun.
Which is fucking cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
Walt Disney Animation Studios, 1986, filmed The Great Mouse Detective. You seen that?
I feel like I have.
Oh, man, it's good. Co-directed by John Musker and Ron Clements. Paid homage to Cagliostro with the film's climactic Big Ben sequence. And it's interesting. I didn't know this, but The Great Mouse Detective is credited as paving the way for the Disney Renaissance. The reemergence of Disney doing musicals and really high-quality animation art. And The Great Mouse Detective was like a step towards that. I had no idea.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Another reference to the Clock Tower fight is in the Clock King episode of Batman the animated series.
Oh, yeah, he does fight in the clock tower.
with the gears and the...
Yeah, that's right. Oh, man, I saw that episode just like a month ago or something.
Castle of Cagliostro, man.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Right?
That's why it looked familiar to me in some sense. Oh, wow.
One of the sequence directors of the Simpsons movie also mentions Cagliostro as an influence. There's a brief shot where Bart Simpson rolls down the roof of the family house, and that was inspired by Lupin running down the castle roof.
Really?
A rescue attempt. Yeah, he's like, yeah, no, that's where we got that from. And those, my friend, are the facts.
Good facts, Ira. Very good facts.
Glad you liked them. Okay, I did the research. You could go first. Okay. Out of 5 stars, Josh, how many stars does Lupin III, the Castle of Cagliostro get?
A good 3 for me. A solid 3 stars.
It's I'm gonna have a hard time with Miyazaki because everything's gonna get almost the same.
And that's
results.
Okay.
But it's a 4 for me. I think this movie's above average.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's very conventional. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
You're fine.
It's very conventional.
Right.
And it's not the Miyazaki genius.
Yeah.
That we come to see in the sense of there are themes that Miyazaki does, and there are ways that he starts telling his stories where you're like, wow, that's...
Yeah, I got it.
That's some vision.
That's what those 4 and 5s are for me.
I know. And that's why I brought it up, because I do know that. And I think the next movie that we watch, well, I'm not going to give it... I'm not going to give anything away, but... This movie is above average for me, and I'm going to give it a 4.
I look, I'm not knocking that 4 at all. I'm giving it the grace of it was conventional. It was good, very good.
Yeah.
But it was.
It's not a cut above.
No, this isn't something where it's groundbreaking.
Yeah,
to me.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. And I agree. It just, my definition of that is a 4.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Would you watch it again?
Yes, I would actually.
Hell yes.
Yes.
After watching this a second time, I'm like, man, I might have to put this in rotation because I like this movie.
It's a fun film. So that's good.
Did it work?
Yeah,
Yes, it did.
it worked.
Agreed. Okay. What are you going to take away from the Castle of Cagliostro? What did you learn? What did Miyazaki teach you in this? And or just what are you going to remember this movie for?
It's what I started off with the podcast with is know when to speak and know when to shut up in movies, you know?
Right.
Know when to have your
Those
characters talk, and then know when we just need to see them live a life. That's it. And
That's good pacing.
that's pacing. And when you're doing that in that rhythm, and when you're in that space, when you know when to have your characters say something, and then have your characters have us just there watching them, or have them watching something and just taking in the world. That to me is when I'm going, oh, okay. So that's storytelling. That's when you're
Got it.
That's when you're
There
doing.
it
It's
is.
not just endless dialogue. It's not just pretty pictures. It's knowing when to say something and knowing when to not say something.
Knowing when to hold them.
Yeah, no, unfold them.
Knowing when to fold them.
It's true. That's what I'm
Yeah.
taking from it.
That's a good one. That's probably my takeaway. This watch.
Yeah.
That was probably what I noticed the most.
It's beautiful. The pacing, yeah.
I think what I will take away. You know what? This is my takeaway. I am a firm believer in this, and obviously because this is how I'm approaching my own career. I really do think that you have that. Maybe I won't say that in the universal. I'll say this for myself, and I'll say that this is what I see in Miyazaki. I think he really benefited from starting in this place, from starting in the television, where you have to do story over and over and over again,
Yeah.
and then doing this as his first movie, where it's like, you gotta know how to color inside the box. You got to know how to make that box. You got to know how to color inside that box, and you got to know how to make it work and make it stand out
Sure.
inside the box.
Sure.
And then once you've got that down, then you start coloring outside of it. And that is how I have approached
Absolutely.
my artistic growth.
Absolutely.
And I see that in Miyazaki. He made something very conventional.
It was conventional, but it worked.
And it was great.
And it was great.
Very entertaining.
Yeah,
And he did it really well.
I agree.
And I really do think that aided. Obviously, it did. It obviously aided the director that he became, because we know in retrospect now who this director of Castle of Cagliostro became.
Absolutely.
And he was a genius.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is my takeaway from this movie.
That's good. That's a good takeaway, man.
Yeah.
Good takeaway.
All right. Shall we take a look at what we're watching next week?
Please.
It's the next one on actually,
The Castle of Cagliostro.
why does that sound like testicles?
Look at it.
I don't want to.
Crack it. I'm plugging it in and plugging it out really quick.
Stuffing things in the port.
Exactly.
Is that peanut butter? Oh,
come
God,
on.
Why?
What's wrong? I've been working on it in the tub.
Fucking monkeys.
You're a monster.
Yeah, okay. From 1984. So, man, 5 years.
Yeah, it takes a while.
84. We are watching. Yeah, it takes a long time, Ira. I've been trying to get through to you.
It takes a
Takes
while,
a while, bro.
to make these things.
Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind.
That's the second one.
Second one.
I'm excited. I don't want to know what it's about.
I'm not going to tell you
Don't
shit.
tell me anything. I'm excited to watch.
But that's up next week.
Yes.
All right, Josh, as we wrap up a bit of do,
Okay.
if our listener wanted to help out Film School, and they were looking for a super free, super nice, and easy way they could do that, how could our listener or viewer help out the podcast?
Well, you can
help
tell
out the show.
You can tell a friend. You can tell a phone. You can tell a writer. If you could think of someone you know that would love this show, just tell them about it.
That's right.
all you
Share
gotta
the
do.
show with them.
Share
That's
it.
how it grows.
Share this
We'd
wealth.
really appreciate it. We really would.
Yeah.
Josh, thank you for such a great discussion. Great episode. It's so good to be here. Thank you for coming up with this project.
Yeah, man. It's this is a fun one. When you mentioned before that we hadn't done much animation at all, this feels like a no-brainer now.
Agreed.
Of course, absolutely. So thank you, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Cutting Room Floors. We have Cutting Room Floors coming up this week.
You know, we didn't record one this week, but we'll be back with one after the next movie. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm excited for next week's, what's it reminded? It's Nausicaa. What's it?
And the Valley.
Nausicaa and the Valley of the
Of the
Wind.
Wind.
Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind.
Yeah. That's a title.
Beautiful title.
Yeah.
All I got to say is beautiful title.
Yeah. Oh, man. He loves his poetic titles.
So I'm there for it.
yeah,
sign
me
me up.
too. Thank you at home or on the go, wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. We'll sign this one off here and invite you to join us on the next
Film School.
See you there.
Really close.
Hey everyone, this is Ira. Thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to hit subscribe on YouTube or your podcast app of choice. And if you enjoy the show, tell someone you think might like it. If you want to find out more about Film School or check out our previous episodes, you can find us at filmschoolpodcast.com. You are invited to join our community on Patreon. So many goodies, including our full live recordings at patreon.com/filmschool. And finally, if you want to connect with us via email or social media, just head to filmschoolpodcast.com/connect. Please let us know what you thought of the show. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you next episode.
いいけねまた取っちゃうんだ
ルパン今度こそ逃がさんぞ
あなたにだけは分かってほしい絆では